Okay guys, welcome to an 8-bit face-off kerfuffle, and this video I'm taking a look at Feud, released in 1987 by Binary Design Production, and it was published by Mastertronic / Bulldog Software. I did buy this back in the day, and if I'm honest, I couldn't actually figure out what I was supposed to do. I found the game simply too hard, so this is the first time I have revisited said game since 1987. I would say, yeah, definitely it's not a game I've ever played since I gave up on it. So yeah, this is the Commodore 64 one. It's got a nice soundtrack by David Whittaker. So let's go. Now, I do remember you have to basically collect, you get to collect herbs, I think it is, to presume, is it to make, you've got to make potions, and then you, yeah, I think, is that your brother or something? You've got to avenge your brother, something like that, I can't remember. Okay, is he going to take energy off me? I don't think he is. I'm going to say the graphics are excellent. How do you do the spellbook? What is that doing? Right, pressing spacebar seems to corrupt the screen, so I have got no idea. Ah! That'll be my brother then. I would imagine, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, this is pretty much what happened the last time I played this game. You know, just hang fire. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see. Right, okay, I'm looking at the instructions here. Now it says here you take the role of lyric, and playing the game is a matter of moving through the kingdom, collecting ingredients to make spells. You're then able to mix these spells and use them against your opposing wizard, Leonoric. But remember, he is doing the same and out to destroy you. Selecting a spell, press fire button while moving joystick up. A wand will appear above the spell book. Move the joystick left or right to turn pages. Collecting herbs, stand in front of herb and press fire button while moving the joystick forwards. Right, okay. Right, then you go to your cauldron. Right, okay, let's close that down again. So, let me go in. So, stand in front. Ah, right, okay, it now says Toad Flax. So, do I want to go back to the spell book? I've got no idea where the hell it is now. No idea. Cudweed. How do you pick it up? You can kind of see through. Not sure it's meant to do that. Anyway, that's the Commodore 64 one. I mean, graphically wise, it is really nice, and it's got a nice soundtrack. So let's jump on to this Spectrum one, I think. Right, okay, we're going to go for Kempson joystick, I think, and start the game. Now, right away, there's no music. Graphically, it is very pretty. Graphics are excellent. Right, so how do we... Ah, right, well at least in this one you just walk across. So if I got teleport... Ah, now, so is that telling me I've got to get the teleport spell, I need to pick up dandelion. Is that what that's telling me? Possibly. Yeah, this is kind of what I would expect it to be like. I mean, the Commodore 64 is blocky graphics. It looks more arcadey. Here's my brother, I think. It looks more arcadey. And it's got better sound. But I've got to say, I like the slower pace of this version, I think. That said, I've still got no idea how to actually play the game. Why does that remind me of Spy Hunter? It looks like the road in Spy Hunter. I would imagine this game is absolutely ripe for a map. I think you would really need to use a map to actually stand a chance of where you're supposed to be going. So there's a lot of wandering about, I've noticed. At least I'm over the other side of the river. Can I go across there? I just wish I could actually find something to do. I think that's why I got bored of the game. I was just kind of wandering about needlessly. Because it's a very, very pretty game. I like the big massive kind of graphics on the Spectrum. Is that a plant there? Maybe not. Is it? Is that a dandelion? Nah, it doesn't look like it. Right, so I've got you right. Hold down the fire button and moving left and right. So doppelganger, you need foxglove and cats here. Basically you move the joystick to the side right. So teleport, I need a dandelion and burdock. I've got you. I kinda now know what I need to do. But it doesn't make it any easier to play. Anyway, that's the Spectrum one. That is really nice. I do like that one a lot. Let's take a wee look at the Amstrad one. Right, okay, this is the Amstrad one. Music by David Whittaker. I'm glad to hear it's got a nice little jolly soundtrack off it on it. I mean, this game is primarily just walking about, and as much as I'm not a fan of music in arcade games, especially shoot 'em ups, because I always think you really need to be able to hear what's going on to play these games. But a game like this, that is 99% just walking about, you know, it's nice to have a wee tune to listen to. Got to say, the graphics are lovely. I mean, Amstrad has got a really nice colour palette. And yeah, this game really shows it off. Definitely need to map it though. Do the ingredients, do they move, or are they always in the same place? Oh, there's the baddie. Now if they made a game like this nowadays, it would obviously be called Oasis, and it would be the feud between the Gallagher brothers, with a bit of Lewis Capaldi flung in to make it interesting. Come on, out the road, mate. Thy faceless man. He's not got any eyes. That's your brother's thing. Ah, bugger. Right, anyway, that's Amstrad one. Let's crack on. Right, okay, this is actually the Commodore Amiga. When I was doing a wee search for one of the other versions, I realised that this actually came out for both Atari ST, Commodore Amiga, and also the PC. Now, I don't know if I've got the PC one to play, but we'll give it a go anyway. We'll certainly play the ones I've got. So, this is the Commodore Amiga one. Like I said, I didn't even know this game was out. I've got to say, I like the graphics. These are very detailed, really, really nice looking. Now, I notice in this version you can't seem to walk diagonally at all. So again, I think this came out in the same year, 1987, as the 8-bit versions. So I think what I'll need to do is I'll need to call this the 8 and 16-bit face-off kerfuffle. Wait a minute, is that a... Right, okay. So I've got dandelion, so what I now need to get is a burdock. So actually, I mean, one thing about making YouTube videos is I kind of force myself to playing games, and over the years there's been a few games that I've games that I simply could not play, I now play because I've kind of forced myself into actually learning them. So, you know, 30 years on, I'm starting to kind of pick up games that I never ever had the patience for. This could do with some music, I've got to say. I mean, the Commodore 64 one had music, so why has the Commodore Amiga not got music? This game's almost the perfect game for a split screen 2-player, I would have thought. Right, anyway, we've got another couple of versions to look at. So that's the Commodore Amiga one. That is really, really nice. Right, okay, this is the PC version. Now, this is going to be fun because apparently it doesn't use a joystick. So let's try this. So QAOP and space. Right, okay, let's give it a go. Does it use a joystick? No, it doesn't. And we've got a blue-faced wizard. Wee bit slow at drawing the screen, but you know what? Not bad at all. It's EGA graphics apparently, which I think was probably the best graphics you were going to get in something like this. Oh, there's a spell. So do we just walk down in it? It looks like Yoda actually. Right, doesn't want to let me pick it up. Now I believe it was John Pickford, one of the Pickford brothers, who actually designed this game. Come on, you can let me past? Evidently not. Again, it could probably use some sound effects, or even, you know, even a walk-in sound or something, or a wee tune of some sort. Now it was also out for the MSX, but I could not get the game to load. Going by the screenshots, it looks identical to the Spectrum one. Because I believe they did have I think they shared the same processor. So yeah, that's the PC DOS one, and I think the last version we're going to look at is the not the Amstrad, the Atari ST. Right, apologies. According to Wikipedia, Feud was released for the Atari ST. Now I've got what I believe to be an almost complete collection of Atari ST games, and I can't see Feud in there at all. I've had a quick look on YouTube and I can't find any video of the Atari ST one. Now there is an Atari 8-bit version, which this is going to be once I press the joystick button to play. Nice choice of browns. Browns and yellows and golds. I mean, yeah, it plays just exactly what you'd expect it to do. It kind of feels quite like the C64 one, though I don't know. Given the colour palette that the Atari has, I don't know why they've gone for such a kind of limited range of colours. It's a dead end, isn't it? Also a wee bit slow, I think, considering again the game is purely walking about. And you can see he kind of speeds up. It's bizarre, he speeds up. He's going kind of... He seems to kind of go up the way quicker than he goes down the way, or maybe that's just my imagination, I'm not quite sure. I've already picked that one up, I think. If you happen to know that there was an Atari ST version, then please let me know, just out of more morbid curiosity than anything. So anyway, I'm going to stop playing that right now. So that is it, that's all the versions. Let me just summarise. C64 one is quite blocky, nice colours, excellent sound. Amstrad one is really nice, really super bright colours, decent little track. I really like the Spectrum one. I know it's, I was going to say it's monochrome, it wasn't monochrome, there was lots of nice colours going on there. Atari 8-bit, the one we're looking at just now, kind of slim at the Commodore 64 though, the colour is very limited. I do like the Amiga one, though it's a bit disappointing that there is no music. Is there a definitive version? I would kind of be swaying towards the Amiga, but given the lack of any music, I'm not quite so sure. Disappointed I can't play the Atari ST one. The PC one wasn't bad. Again, it reminded me more of an 8-bit version. I do like the graphics most of all on the Spectrum, but you know what? It's a tough one. It is a tough one. I think I am probably going to go for the Amstrad. Yep, the Amstrad. It's got really nice graphics, nice use of colour, and it's got a nice little music track. So I'm going to say that the Amstrad CPC 464 version of Feud is my favourite. As always guys, if there's a game you want to see featured in this feature, please just put your comments down below. And as always, thank you very much for watching.